Top of the stretch for race number 1, Stevenson and Partners, LLP pace. Bert's Goldie, Gilles Barrio, Cocan Emily, Euless Gallant. ROF Racing High, Sam Hodgen. My Pal Ram and Charlie Price. All-American Dazzle. Wayne Watson, and outside is Miss Mimi and Todd Trites. Here they come. Off and pacing. Good start for Bert's Goldie. Out to take the lead. All-American Dazzle on the outside. And Wayne Watson kicks him into gear. The 2-year-old is wide around the first turn. Then right there as well, Cocan Emily. ROF Racing High got away racing in 4th. Miss Mimi now takes over 5th and trailing 6th. My Pal Ram as they race on to the opening quarter and loose on the lead. Barrio checks over his shoulder and he's got a good lead with Bert's Goldie. Dazzle has found the pocket and he's racing 2nd. Cocan Emily back in 3rd, and they were by the opening quarter 29 and 4. ROF Racing High sits back early on in 4th. Miss Mimi is a close 5th and gapped out racing 6. My Pal Ram not into it so far. 1/8 of a mile in, or 3/8 of a mile in, and off the turn through the stretch to the half. And led by Bert's Goldie, and All-American Dazzle comes out to challenge. Then racing 3rd, ROF Racing High. Inside, Cocan Emily, the half a minute, 4/5. Then it's back to Trites, and he's sitting with Miss Mimi in 5th. And out of this one, My Pal Ram. Bert's Goldie, All-American Dazzle comes out to challenge. ROF Racing High on the outside 3rd. Then Miss Mimi outside 4th, driving on, but Bert's Goldie, talking about driving on, she's driving on here. And now leads by 2. All-American Dazzle 2nd, Miss Mimi now 3rd. 3/4 1. 31 and 4, and it's Barrio and Bert's Goldie on top, and a comfortable lead, All-American Dazzle, and he's known to dig in late again, and here he comes out from 2nd. Then Miss Mimi 3rd and 8th to go. Bert's Goldie, All-American Dazzle on the outside, and he has got some pace, and in fact he is going on by All-American Dazzle, and a big win for All-American Dazzle. Bert's Goldie 2nd, ROF Racing High in the time for the mile. New lifetime mark, 2:01 and 1. And the result is now official. First of all, we'll pray back the winner of race number 1, the Stevenson and Partners LLP pace. And Andrew Ward, the one and only, leads back his pride and joy, All-American Dazzle. Back in the winner's circle, he's a 2-year-old son, a grin from ear to ear. The Camlock mare, Daylon Tranquil. All my Dr. Hugh Baird of Hampton, he does the training. Wayne Watson in the driver's seat. And as we mentioned during the race, this fella never gives up. And he gets back up to win it in the home stretch, catching them all. And All-American Dazzle, the mile, 2:01 and 1. And how about a new lifetime best for the 2-year-old? 2:01 and 1, capturing the Stevenson and Partners LLP pace. So congratulations to Dr. Hugh Baird, owner and trainer, driver Wayne Watson. And you certainly can't forget the groom, Mr. Andrew Ward. These two sponsored by the Fredericton Horsemen's Association. Don't forget, Frex Week kicking off next Monday, the Holiday Monday program. What a card, 14 dashes in all, featuring 6 eliminations, 6 divisions of the Williamson Stake for 2-year-olds. That's coming up on Monday in Fredericton. They sponsor the second race, Camco Russ and Owen Davies. Little Comanche, Mark Grant. Calavera Zeus, Colleen Clancy. Ashby Corner, Charlie Price. Fittipaldi, Sam Hodgen. Julia Down outside, Steve Mason. Here they come. They're off. No surprise. Camco Rossi's going to go for and take the early lead around the first turn. Camco Ross out by a pair. Then racing second, Little Comanche Ashby Corner on the outside. Gets away racing in third, Fittipaldi nicely away in fourth. Then racing fifth, Calavrita Zeus, and trailing the field up the backside. Julia down, but Camco Ross, and he loves the front end, and he's on top by a length and a quarter. But up tight, Little Comanche is with him here tonight. And the opening quarter, and a leisurely 31-2. Racing or a training trip here, 31-2. Opener, then Little Comanche is racing second. Back in third on the outside, Ashby Corner, and on the outside, Fittipaldi will follow. Then it's Julia Down, sitting back in fifth and trailing six halfway home. That's Colleen Clancy and Calavrita Zeus halfway home, and Camco Ross, the big pacer, on the lead. Ashby Corner on the outside second, 102-1. And he's going to be tough to beat from here, I'll tell you, 102.5. Then racing second on the outside, Ashby Corner. Inside third, Little Comanche. Then Fittipaldi on the outside fourth. Julia Down's got some work from fifth, and trailing sixth is Calavrita Zeus, and it's Camco Ross on the lead. Racing second, Little Comanche, Ashby Corner on the outside. The pace quickens a little bit. That third quarter, 132-3 by the third quarter. Camco Ross now moves out by a pair. Little Comanche's got the best shot at him right now, and he's racing second. Then racing third, Ashby Corner, Fittipaldi. Julia Down is flying on the outside. She's got a ways to come, though. Deep stretch, Camco Ross, and they are not going to get him. Camco Ross, Little Comanche inside. Tight at the wire. Comanche might have got him. He was tight at the wire. Camco Ross was on the outside. Little Comanche on the inside. Time for the mile, 2:03. And it's picture time, and that'll decide it. It was tight, 1-2. Now the winner of race number 2, and it's in a photo finish. Number 2, Little Comanche, a 6-year-old daughter of Man of Steel out of the Easy Come, Easy Go Mare, Easy Chore. Owned, trained, and driven by Mark Grant of Woodstock. Little Comanche picks up her second win of the season. And tonight, the mile in 2:03. Little Comanche takes the second race, sponsored by the Fredericton Horsemen's Association, and the mile in 2:03. So congratulations, Mark Grant, all around with Little Comanche, 2:03. Then we have talking about my boy and Todd Trites from post 3. Ryan's Fancy. Kenny Arsenault picks up the drive on the free-legged pacer, scoring from post 4. Then we have Mr. Down East, Steve Mason. Stagecoach Thunder and Jill Barriel. And just a reminder, Sam Hodgen will have the outside 7 post. And a quality field. Anybody's horse race. Here in race number 3. In memory of Lorraine and Tony Haig. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Stagecoach Gambler out for the early lead, and the Hagler looking for the lead, and he's got it around the turn. Ryan's Fancy on the outside, racing second as they race to the opening 8th, and the Hagler's going to play some hardball early on, and Kenny now looks over his shoulder for a seat, and he's got it now. On the outside, driving third, Barrio is Stagecoach Gambler on the outside, but don't expect an early give and go here. And on the inside, 28-3 opener, and Stagecoach Thunder goes up to take the lead. Then racing second, Stagecoach Gambler on the inside, and Haig kept him parked in the 3/8 pole. Then racing third, Ryan's Fancy getting away, racing in fourth. Off the turn, that's I Got a Rocket. And he's out and moving quickly, and he was a dominant winner last week, and here he comes again as they approach the half. Then talking about my boy, Mr. Down East, and trailing, just a reminder, 57-3 halfway home. I Got a Rocket on the lead. Stagecoach Thunder is racing second, then on the outside driving third. It's Ryan's Fancy, then right behind him, talking about my boy, Stagecoach Gambler. Then just a reminder, Mr. Down East, looks like a two-horse race from here on in. I Got a Rocket by the three-quarters, going the race of his life, 128-4. By the three-quarters, I Got a Rocket. He's got Stagecoach Thunder on the outside. Then talk about my boy, don't count this little guy out, with an eighth of a mile to go. I Got a Rocket, Stagecoach Thunder on the outside. On the inside, talk about my boy, but I Got a Rocket. And what a trip, Mike Campbell. He knew what he was doing when he took the lead at the half, and he never looked back. I Got a Rocket, a big trip. And he's a half-brother to I Gotta Go. You'll see him later. And I Got a Rocket scoring. And it's just a tick off his lifetime best. 159-4. I Got a Rocket beats 2 minutes. And he does it with Mike Campbell. 159-4. What a race. Season's best. And parading back to the winner's circle, the winner of race number 3, in memory of Lorraine and Tony Haig. I Got a Rocket. And what a trip for this fella. He's a 5-year-old son of Liz Ryan. Out of the In the Pocket mare, Sacraposi, a half-brother to I Gotta Go. We'll see him in the Invitational pace later on tonight. Mike Campbell co-owns along with Peter Clark. And I Got a Rocket stepping to just a fifth of a second off his lifetime mark, 159-4. It's the season's best. And we'd like to mention on hand in the winner's circle, son Gary Haig. Also Mark Haig, who drove in this past race. He's also in the winner's circle. And this race in memory of his mom and dad, and Gary Haig as well in the winner's circle. So again, a big performance. I Got a Rocket, 159-4.
Top of the stretch, race number 4. Bryden, Sam Hodgen, Casimir Freedom, Bobby Kraft. Burton Burt, Jill Barrio, Chelamark Adios, Gord Hennessy, and 5, Always Jarwa, Claire McDonald. They're off and going forward. That's Bobby Kraft and Casimir Freedom. Casimir Freedom, the leader. Bryden now sitting second. Third on the inside is Burden, Gilbert, Chelamark Adios sits fourth, and trilling the field, Always Jarwa. As they make their way up the backstretch, your leader is Casimir Freedom and Bobby Kraft. Second, Bryden. Third, Burton Burt. Fourth, Chelamark Adios. Opening quarter in 30-1. Casimir Freedom, your leader. Second, Bryden. Third, Burton Burt. Fourth is Chelamark Adios and Gord Hennessy, and trailing the field as they approach home for the first time is Always Jarwa and Claire McDonald.
As they come off the turn and leading up front and cutting it halfway home, Casimir Freedom loose on the lead. Burton Bird, he was a winner last start, and he's on the outside second. Bryden third. Then on the outside, Chelamark Adios moves from fourth, and Claire McDonald now trails fifth. Always Jarwa a minute and 1/5 around the turn. And up front, Casimir Freedom. On the outside, Burton Burke comes to second. Then on the outside, Chelamark Adios driving third, and he's going on now second. Burton Burke third. Then on the outside, Always Jarwa, and he looks good. Tipping out from fourth. 3/4, 1:31. And Bryden now trails as they race on to the 7/8 pole, neck and neck for the lead. Chelamark Adios. Then fighting back, Casimir Freedom Always Jarwa on the outside. Bert just need some racing room on the inside. Down the stretch they come, and watch for the inside. Bert, he's got the most pace through the lane. Bert, and you could see it around the turn. Bert, all he needed was some racing room, and he got it. And the time for the mile, 2 minutes and 4/5. And we thank Brendan Dooley for the call of the first half as we doubled up there. And Brendan called the first half, second half. And the mile, 2 minutes, 4/5. And parading back to the winner's circle, the winner of race number 4. And you talk about family horses. Here's one of them right here. Bert, a 27-time winner. Owned by Doug and Ron Hildebrand of Burton, New Brunswick. Gilles Barry on the driver's seat found the inside lane in the home stretch in this race, honoring the memory of rules and regulations. A true family horse. And members on hand in the winner's circle, including Katie Shepard, the sponsor of this race. Also Colin DeCourcy, Steph DeCourcy out there. Also Tony DeCourcy. And Bert wins tonight. He found the inside trip through the home stretch, the mile, 2 minutes and 4/5. Congratulations, Bert winning the rules and regulations memorial pace. And you may have read about him through the media the last couple of weeks to a month. And rules and regulations, certainly one of the stories this season. And a true family horse owned by the DeCourcys of Fredericton. And he succumbed to medical problems through the summer months and had to be humanely destroyed. But his memory lives on here tonight. And the mile in 2 minutes and 4/5, Bert. Starters on the backstretch, and the first elimination of the prestigious Maritimer stake for 3-year-old pacing fillies. We have a field of 5 this time around, and there's only one that will not make it, so we need the top 4. DW's Justice, Robert Laffin. Kane Rise Again, Gilles Barrio, Island Velvet, Walter Chevrolet. Brendan Scal, Jean Bellevaux, and Kushla McCree. And Todd Trites. 5 across. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Quick start for Island Velvet. Stepping out of there. And Chevrolet looks for the lead around the turn. He's got it and off stride. And also off stride goes DW's Justice. Lots of confusion. And the inquiry sign will go up. Kushla McCree on the outside. Now grabs the lead. Then racing second up the backside. And getting away, that's Brendan's Gal, racing back in third as they move to the opening quarter. After an opening quarter, 29-2, DW's Justice. Kane Rise Again sits back in fourth and trailing fifth after the break and the confusion. As they move around the turn, the Chevrolet and Island Velvet trails. 3/8 of the mile in and off the turn. Through the stretch, racing to the half and up top. Kushla McCree leading. Then racing second, up tight, Brendan Scal. New Brunswick entries 1, 2, and 4 halfway home. Then sitting third, DW's Justice. Kane Rise Again. A New Brunswick filly sits back in fourth and trailing fifth. Trailing fifth after the break, Island Velvet. And they were at the half in a minute. And 3/5, Kushla McCree, and on the outside, Brendan Scal out to call. Then racing third on the outside, DW's Justice. Kane Rise Again sits back in fourth as they pass the 3/4. Kushla McCree took them there, 132-2 around the turn. Kushla McCree on the outside, Brendan Scal hitting hard second. Then racing third on the inside, DW's Justice. Kane Rise again, and she is under a dry, swinging 3 wide. And what a pace she's got right now through the home stretch. And Kane Rise again on the outside is going to win it. Kane Rise again. And what a patient steer by Barrio, watching all the action up front. And Kane Rise again gets him in the home stretch. And a $9,100 purse, not bad. Another St. John horse wins. Kane Rise again. And the time for the mile, 2:01 and 4, and she is off to the final. Top performances just keep coming by here from New Brunswick-based horses. And a filly right here in St. John. Kane Rise again, a daughter of Hurricane Hanover. Out of the Hunterstown mare, rose to the occasion. She's owned by Charlotte Watson and Bill Smith. Brock McEacher and train. Jill Barrio up for the drive tonight. And Kane Rise again is off to the final. You'll see her back here again tonight in the final. And she'll go for a purse in the final of the Maritimer for over $12,000. And it's a stake race that endurance and stamina play a big part of. And not a whole lot used there for Kane Rise again, except for that final stretch drive. And she wins 2:01 and 4. Congratulations all around. Kane Rise again. 2:01 and 4. And Bucky McEwen in the winner's circle, presenting the winning vase to the winner of the elimination heat, Kane Rise again. That's your field. They're moving in here in race number 6. Good luck. And again, good luck to the horsemen, the top 4. Back in the final of the Maritimer. Coming up is race 9. Top of the stretch now, Putnam's Jewel and Al Jones. Georgie Girl, Kenny Arsenault, Gracie Girl, and Todd Trites. Southview Special, Walter Chevrolet. Special guest and Claire McDonald. And outside Woodmere Gal Friday, Gilles Barriel. 6 across. Here they come. They're off and pacing, and for the lead, busting out, that's Gracie Girl and Trites. And not long getting the lead. She's already out by a pair and moving out. Then off stride and on the run. Wow! Southview Special has gone to a break here. Talk about wide open now as they drive onto the opening quarter, and up top, Gracie Girl leading. Then Georgie Girl sits in the pocket. Putnam's Jewel third. Then gapped out Special Guest and Woodmere Gal Friday trailing the field. Southview Special, and what an upset here. Can she get back in it? She trails 28 and 3. Opener, and she appears out of it here. The Maritimer is wide open. 3/8 of the mile off the turn through the stretch to the half, and your leader up front, Trites, and he is cutting it with Gracie Girl. Georgie Girl sits pretty. Then Special Guest on the outside. Putnam's Jewel on the outside, or on the inside rather, sits fourth, and Woodmere Gal Friday fifth, a half. 59 seconds flat around the turn, and your leader up top and cutting it is Gracie Girl on the outside. Special Guest, haven't seen much of her this year, but she's in contention here second. Then racing third on the inside, Georgie Girl, Woodmere Gal Friday, and trailing Putnam's Jewel by the 3/4, 129. The story here, Southview Special is out of it with 1/8 of a mile to go. They're neck and neck for the lead. Special Guest, DW's Justice, Woodmere Gal Friday on the outside. Then on the inside right there, Georgie Girl, deep stretch. And it's going to be your winner here, Special Guest. Special Guest wins at DW's Justice, or Gracie Girl, was second, and Georgie Girl and Woodmere Gal Friday, Putnam's Jewel, appears to be 5th and out of the final, as is Southview Special. Wow, the final is wide open. New life or equaling her lifetime best. 158 and 4. Special guest. Special guest and Claire McDonald. And back to the winner's circle, the winner of race number 6. Second elimination of the Maritimer pace, over $9,100 and its special guest. 3-year-old daughter of Drop-Off out of the Dexter Nukes mare guest appearance. And that makes her a half-sister to Gordy's Last Call. And special guest, Omimura Kerr, Claire McDonald co-owns, along with Ian Banks and Fonzie McEachern. Claire does the training and the driving. And the filly's only been out for 3 lifetime starts. Or 3 starts this season. And returns a winner for the first time this year. And the mile 158 and 4 are good enough to equal her previous best ever. And she looks like she's ready for the final. Special guest, Claire McDonald, 158 and 4. And they're already at the gate. E12DH, Gilles Barrio on the inside. My Donna Marquet, driver like he's stolen, Walter Chevrolet, JR Blue Chip, John Davidson, Longworth Legacy, Kenny Arsenault, Milt, Todd Trites, Consider Me Lucky, Wayne Watson, Rosalie Sealster, Lonnie Stokes. Showtime! Here in the 7th race, Brian Moore, Memorial Claiming Series Final. Here they come! Off and pacing, a good start from the outside, and Longworth Legacy quickly takes a lead, and Kenny Arsenault, and he's already on the lead. Brendan Sendham Dooley drove him in the amateur, and he had him on top before the turn, but Kenny's having a hard time getting in the front. Then racing second, driver like he's stolen. Racing third on the inside, Milt. He got away good from post 6. Then racing fourth, My Donna, JR Blue Chip. Then Consider Me Lucky, a 12DH is going to try it from the backfield, 28 and 3 opener, and Rosalie Sealster can see them all. And these 1,500 claimers going for some big money here, and they're putting up some big fractions. 28 and 3 opener by the early leader, Longworth Legacy. Sitting second, driver like he's stolen. Milt sits in third. My Donna on the outside, Consider Me Lucky. JR Blue Chip, E12DH, and trailing Rosalie Sealster. Wow, 58 and 3. Halfway home, and Kenny Arsenault checking over his back. He's still got the lead, and the plugs are out on him. Up the backside, Longworth Legacy. Then racing second on the inside, driver like he's stolen. Consider Me Lucky on the outside, and Watson in gear with her. Behind him, E12DH, watch for her. She has got one wicked brush, and I think Barrio has saved it for the best. 3/4, 131. As they round the turn, they're coming 3 wide. E12DH looks like the most horse here with an 1/8 to go, and we'll see it in the home stretch. E12DH on the inside, Longworth Legacy, and E12DH got the lead deep stretch, and Barrio saved it perfectly, and that's why he is the top driver in Canada. E12DH, the mile, 2:02, capturing the final of the Brian Moore Claiming Series. And Barrio, a perfect drive on E12DH, and it turns into a win. Time for the mile, 2:02. Driver like he's stolen, race big. And at some big odds, finish second. And Consider Me Lucky, a good trip for her as well. unofficially third. And back to the winner's circle, the winner of the Brian Moore Memorial Claiming Series, going to number 1, Etoile DH. 4-year-old daughter of Largo. She's a Maritime bred out of the Flight of Fire mare, Etincelle de Troyes, owned by the newcomers.com stable. Trained by Todd Scott, Jill Barrio in the driver's seat. And a perfect rated mile for this mare. And we'd like to thank our sponsors, Alden O'Brien and the Three Amigos Stables. And they now receive the winning cooler, the connections of Etoile DH. Here in the Brian Moore Memorial Claiming Series, sparked a lot of interest, a few claims, and that's what it's all about. Etoile DH captures the final, close to $4,400. And amazingly, no claims. And how about the triactor? Wow, $723 triactor with the one winning it. And she goes off as the favorite. So congratulations at Etoile DH, capturing the Brian Moore Memorial Claiming Series final, the mile in 2:02. 2 to go, the final of the Maritimer. And then, of course, the ANE Invitational Pace. Right now, though, Southwest Electric and Security Pace, Wild Cherry, Wayne Watson, Hijinks Bank at Todd Trites. Gemini Clean, Gord Hennessy, Let's Tango Lavros, Lonnie Stokes, Eyes on You, Kenny Arsenault, Oh My Beautiful Doll, and Jill Barrio, Everybody Loves Raymond, Sam Hodgen. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Good start. Gemini Colleen busts out for the lead. Hijinks Banka gets away a lot better this time, and he's got the lead. Wild Cherry gets away nicely for Watson from the inside post, and she tracks in second. Then racing third, Gemini Colleen. Racing back and forth, Let's Tango Lavros. Then Eyes on You. Oh My Beautiful Doll will take back today. And sits back early on in 6. Everybody Loves Raymond. And he trails that opening quarter, 29-2. Hijinks Banka. And what a tough horse off the front. And he's got the lead. Wild Cherry tracking in second. The backfield in motion. Now racing in a third as they round the turn on the inside. Let's Tango Lavros. The backfield in motion now. And they're coming quickly. Let's Tango Lavros on the outside as they come halfway home. Neck and neck for the lead. Let's Tango Lavros going for it. Then on the inside, Hijinks Banka, minute 1/5. Eyes on You on the outside. Wild Cherry got shuffled back. Oh My Beautiful Doll out to move. Then shuffle back Gemini Colleen now finds himself in 6th. And trailing 7th, Everybody Loves Raymond. Up the backside they go. Hijinks Banka not to give up the lead. Racing second outside and hitting hard. That is Let's Tango Lavros. Then right there as well, Eyes on You. On the inside, Wild Cherry. Oh My Beautiful Doll. And what a brush. She's got 3 wide. 3/4, 1:30-3 around the turn. And Oh My Beautiful Doll going for the lead. And another Barrio move here that may pay off. Oh My Beautiful Doll has grabbed the lead. Hijinks Banka, but it's Oh My Beautiful Doll. And 3 wins off the claim now for the Framinator. And Oh My Beautiful Doll and Barrio again. Time for the mile. 2:01. Oh My Beautiful Doll, 3 straight wins and making it look easy. 2:01. And back to the winner's circle, winner of race 8, the Southwest Electric and Security Pace. Goes to 7-0, My Beautiful Doll. 3 straight wins for the daughter of Rambaran now, owned by Belinda Gray, trained by Earl Fram. Gilles Barrio on the bike. 3rd straight win, and she wins tonight 2:01 in the Southwest Electric and Security Pace. And a cooler presented to the winner, and Oh My Beautiful Doll, 3 straight wins. And making it look easy again tonight, 2:01. Maritimer final behind the gate. Kane Rise Again and Wayne Watson. Special guest and Claire McDonald. Gracie Girl, Walter Chevrolet. Brendan Scal, Jean Belleville. Woodmere Gal, Friday, Gilles Barrio. Kushla McCree, Todd Trites. Georgie Girl and Kenny Arsenault. DW's Justice, Robert Laffin. Field of 8, Pacing Mares. Maritimer final. Away they go, and it's Gracie Girl out for the lead early, and Walter Chevrolet looks for the top. On the inside, Kane Rise Again takes it all around the turn, and she leads. On the outside driving, Kushla McCree, then in between horses, Gracie Girl. Then Brendan Scal got away, racing in 4th as they straighten into the backstretch. Special guest now 3rd, and Gracie Girl now takes over. Walter Chevrolet. Kane Rise Again 2nd, special guest 3rd. Then Brendan Scal, 29-2 opener. Trites had to take back with Kushla McCree. Woodmere Gal Friday sits back in 6th, but out to move. Then followed up by the 2 trailers, Georgie Girl and DW's Justice. Can see them all. 3/8 of the mile in, and your leader up top, Gracie Girl. Then in the pocket, Kane Rise Again on the outside 3rd. That's Claire McDonald stalking, and now 2nd on the outside, special guest 59 4/2. Kane Rise Again is right there. Woodmere Gal Friday spotted 2nd over 4th. Then Brendan Scal. Georgie Girl moves to the outside. Then it's Kushla McCree getting the super shuffle back and trailing DW's Justice on to the 3/4 they go, and it's still Gracie Girl. On the outside, special guest Kane Rise Again. Will she get a shot for some room? Wayne Watson has had a great trip with her. 3/4 1, 31 3 around the turn. And on the outside, special guest has found another gear. Woodmere Gal Friday on the outside, and she is 2nd with 1/8 of a mile to go. Special guest Woodmere Gal Friday on the outside. Deep stretch, special guest Woodmere Gal Friday, and Barrio. What a year for him. He's going to take the Maritimer too. And he wins it with Woodmere Gal Friday. And the time for the mile, 2 minutes and 4/5. And as Brock McEachran set up here one night, all you got to know is Barrio. And there he is again. He wins the Maritimer. Woodmere Gal Friday. And back to the winner's circle. Winner of race 9, the Maritimer final, goes to number 5, Woodmere Gal Friday. 3-year-old daughter of Drop Off out of the Willowbird mare, Some Nice Friday. All by Danny Ross. Gilles Barrio trains and drives. And Gilles, a winner of the elimination of the Maritimer with Kane Rise Again. And he drives his own Woodmere Gal Friday in the final. And again, this race set up for endurance, stamina for these 3-year-old pacing fillies, and a lot of strategy used as well. And Gilles Barrio guides Woodmere Gal Friday to the top prize in the Maritimer. And that's why he's headed off to New Zealand for the World Driving Championship, Gilles Barriel aboard Woodmere Gal Friday. And you can call it an upset. 1680 to win on the tote board, going away at 7-1 odds. And Woodmere Gal Friday capturing the Maritimer Championship. The mile in 2 minutes, 4/5. Gale and Phil Pinckney. Ram Buster and Terry Gallant. Dance Hanover, Gilles Barriel. Port Hill Elf and Kenny Arsenault. Riggio Hanover, Mark Campbell. I Gotta Go and Mike Campbell. And from the outside lies the truth, Robert Laffin. Final race of A&E week, and we're doing it in style. Here they come. They're off, and Dance Hanover going out for the lead. Ram Buster on the inside. Watch for Denacton Gale, and he's going to take it all around the turn. Denacton Gale on top. Port Hill Elf get away second. Ram Buster now third. Dance Hanover left strongly, but he now finds himself parked. I Gotta Go racing fifth. Then racing six up the backside, Riggio Hanover, and trailing lies the truth onto the quarter, and Pinckney has Denacton Gale on the front end by that opening quarter, 28 and 3. It's Denacton Gale in the pocket, racing second. Right there as they tip off the turn, Port Hill Elf. Then on the outside, third, Dance Hanover, and he's not going to get a spot. Ram Buster is fourth. Then I Gotta Go moves to the outside, and he is fifth. Racing six inside, Riggio Hanover, and lies the tooth trails, but moving halfway home, and Denacton Gale on cruise control, 57 and 3 around the turn, Denacton Gale. Then racing second on the inside, Port Hill Elf. Outside, Dance Hanover starts to let go. Ram Buster on the outside, I Gotta Go, tips out wide from fifth and going on, but Denacton Gale and Phil Pinckney. And Pinckney asks for more from the Maritime bred pacer, and he now turns on the jets. 3/4 won, 27 and 2. Denacton Gale out by 5. Port Hill Elf second. I Gotta Go on the outside third. Ram Buster, Dance Hanover, Riggio Hanover, and trailing lies the truth. And Denacton Gale, racing fans, you are looking at arguably the best Maritime bred pacer ever. Denacton Gale and Phil Pinckney winning the A&E pace. In for second, Port Hill Elf, I Gotta Go, picks up the third. And the time for the mile, 1:55 and 4. Wow, 1:55 and 4. It's Denacton Gale. And that. And ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at, in my opinion, in the opinion of a lot of people, the best Maritime bred pacer in the history of the sport. He's never left the Maritimes. He's got over $210,000 made and has never set foot off of Maritime soil. Phil Pinckney parades back. Denacton Gale. Denacton Gale, a son of drop-off out of the Ralph Hanover mare, Just Say Yes. Home of David and Mitchell Fillmore and Jason Mullen. Phil Pinckney, and as I mentioned earlier on today, Phil Pinckney, believe it or not, is having one of his best career years to date. And Phil Pinckney known as one of the best, if not the best horseman in the Maritimes. And Denacton Gale has shown for the last 4 seasons, ever since he's been 2 years old, he's now got 45 career wins. And the most amazing thing, they were all here in the Maritimes. He had offers to go outside the Maritimes, and he could have raced at Georgian Downs on Horsepower Day, but Pinckney and company declined the invitation to race here in the Maritimes. What's that say about Dunacton Gale and his connections? And I'll tell you, what a racehorse. You may never see better. Dunacton Gale, 10 for 13 on the season, and he's the fastest horse so far at Exhibition Park Raceway. The classy Phil Pinckney in the driver's seat, and the owners, David and Mitchell Fillmore and Jason Mullen, deserve a lot of credit as well. They've turned down a lot of offers for this horse and a lot of opportunities to race outside of our region, and they continue to show their stuff here at home in the Maritimes. So thank you very much, guys. You have a special racehorse, and he is very much appreciated. And again, the fastest horse at EPR this year. He takes the ANE Invitational, 155 and 4. Congratulations, Phil. And Phil, again, one of the top horsemen ever in the Maritimes. And he wins here with Dunacton Gale to wrap up ANE week of racing, 155 and 4. Congratulations.